What's up everyone, I'm Vanessa, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a corkscrew curls hair tutorial. My hair is naturally wavy, but for today's tutorial, we will be using a hot tool. The key to this hairstyle is maintaining moisture and combating frizz. I'm going to be using a few different products to ensure that the hairstyle comes out nicely and it will maintain the curls for a couple days. I will be sure to link all of the products and the tools that I used today in the description below. The first product I'm going to be using is a 10-in-1 primer by Eva NYC. This acts as a heat protectant and it's pretty moisturizing, which I really like. So I'm going to section off my hair to ensure that I get the product evenly all throughout. Next, I'm going to blow dry my hair. I'm going to be using this T3 Micro Cura Luxe blow dryer, and I do have this little adapter here, which helps whenever I'm using a round brush to dry my hair. One of the reasons that I like to use a round brush even though I'm curling my hair is because I just feel like it looks so much smoother and cleaner, and it just sets a really good base for the curls that we're going to create today. My hair is all dry now, and the next product I'm going to add is this Not Your Mother's High Gloss Top Coat. So typically for this product, it's applied after your hair is already done, just depending on whether you're straightening it or curling it with like a curling wand. But out of the many times that I've styled my hair this way, I actually feel that it's best to apply it before curling the hair because the corkscrew curls are very tight and it's just hard to get the product in your hair without kind of ruining the shape. For this spray, a little bit goes a long way, so you don't want to add an abundance. And I like to make sure that I only put it on the ends to prevent my hair from getting greasy at the roots, but this will ensure that my hair is shiny and looks really healthy on the ends without getting it super dry. Now we're finally ready to get started with the curling process, and this is the Kipozi curling iron that I'm going to be using today. It's very similar to the chopstick curler, but what I like about this over the chopstick curler is that it's round and the chopstick curler is square. So I feel like this one just looks a lot more natural, especially at the roots. I do have a lot of hair and the individual strands are a little bit more on the fine side, but because I have so much hair, I do like to put it on the highest setting. So for this particular tool, it does go up to 420 Fahrenheit. As I mentioned, combating frizz is something that's really important for this hairstyle. So before I curl any sections, I always like to comb my hair down. I also do my best to curl it in thinner sections so they're not super thick It ensures that it doesn't take forever for the hair itself to curl, and I just feel like it looks better for this overall hairstyle. It does take a little bit longer, but the hairstyle lasts for several days, so it's worth it in my opinion. Struggling with my bang up here. There we go. All right, so I like to put the iron over my hair and then wrap around. And I do my best to get to the root because my hair is kind of straight from the blow dry, and I want to ensure that it looks very natural. So just be really careful to not burn your scalp. I also try to get it as close to the tip of my hair as well. That way the ends don't look super straight. And I always slip it out as gently as I can. That way it doesn't damage the shape. So there's the first curl. Now we just gotta go all around each section. Something that also helps is to twist this part of the curling iron, and that helps you get a little bit closer to the root as well. The first layer is definitely the most difficult to do, especially in the back because it's the shortest layer. So for me, it's always a little bit, you know, it's not 100%, but you know, just do your best. Brushing in between the sections before curling just kind of gathers any hairs that are flying up and make sure that when it's curled, it's not creating excess frizz. We're finally down to the very last section. I will be curling my bangs, but I typically like to leave my bangs for last. Oh no, I messed up. This hairstyle is definitely a workout. It's been cloudy all day and the sun is finally coming out of it. If you mess up with any of the curls like I did, just make sure that you take the iron off as soon as possible and do a little comb through so that the hair doesn't stay that way, and then just recurl it whichever way you think is better. We are down to the bangs. I like to section my bangs into half and do it like this. So for my bangs, rather than putting the iron over my hair, I like to put it behind. I feel like it makes a little bit more sense when you're framing your face. And just make sure that you kind of go through and see if there's any stray pieces left that need to be curled before moving on to the final step. If they're in the back of your head, you can just use a mirror and, you know, take a look in the back. Once you're done curling, let your hair cool down a bit, and as soon as you don't really feel any heat exuding from the curls, you're going to move on to the final step. So what I like to do is I actually break apart the curls very gently with my fingers. You don't want to be really aggressive, you just do it very gently, otherwise it'll make your hair very frizzy. Initially, your hair is going to look really big and it's going to kind of have this shape just depending on the length, but your hair will relax, so don't freak out. And my bangs are always kind of like sticking up, so I like to just kind of tuck them in within my hair. And as I mentioned, everything will relax, so it's not going to stay like this the entire time. You just have to give it a little time to let the curls loosen a bit more. The very last step is to lock it in with some hairspray. I'm going to be using this dry texturing spray from Not Your Mother's. It's called Beach Babe. Another trick that I have is you can use a thin comb like this, and if you have any excess frizz, you can kind of just brush it down after you hairspray it. Aside from that, that is all for today's hair tutorial. I really like this style because I always daydreamed about having corkscrew curls, and this is just a really fun look. It definitely lasts a couple of days and it will relax. I do recommend covering your hair and wrapping it when you sleep at night to keep the shape and to deter any additional frizz from occurring. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the bell notifications because I will be doing a lot more hair tutorials in the near future. Talk to you later.